Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We totally didn't sit at 0 minutes, 0 seconds remaining on the timer for like 30 seconds to a minute there. Totally didn't happen again. I didn't cheat the timer this time and extend it, so okay, I guess that's good. Nevertheless, guys, we are here in Game 3 of the Grand Finals from the Supreme Deities tournament out of Brazil. This is a best of 5. We still have potentially one more match to go if, oh yeah, we have at least 2 more matches counting this one. So we could win in Game 4, or someone could force the ace match in Game 5. We don't know yet. We're only on Game 3, guys. I don't know why I'm rambling about this. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get this game rolling. Taking a look at these teams. On the left side of your spectator eye, wearing the blue trunks, defending that Titan of Order, Eternal Rally. Schultzen once again on the Agni. Suzuki on the support, Sylvanas this time around. Did he do that last time? Yeah, he did do that last time as well. Yuri again on the jungle tier. We saw that back in the lower bracket finals. Used some great effect. We'll see if he can do it again. Arcandra this time around, not on Rom. We pulled the bands up. Was Rom banned out? No, actually, just choosing to go with the Neath instead. Getting a little global presence in there with that World Weaver. But finally, Vulcan, for one reason or another, on... Did I say Vulcan? For one reason or another, making it through picks and bans. Again, I'd like to have seen this was a first pick, or if it's just like, oh yeah, Vulcan's still open, it's pick number 5. Let's grab that, because why not, as I switch to assistant cam. But nevertheless, Stalker in the solo lane as Vulcan. Wearing those red trunks, defending the Titan of Chaos, we do have We Love Bacon. They're currently 1-1. They lost their 1-game advantage they had coming into this best of 5, but we have Keck on the 80 carry Hunter Rom this time around, no Freya this time. Pibier as the support Geb, Aimless as the mid lane Ra, Aritrol as Chalk in the solo lane once again, and Nan this time around playing Kali in the jungle. So some different picks coming out this time. Eternal Rally didn't go for the same lineup 3 games in a row. You know, they did good 2 games in a row. They went 1. You don't want to overdo it, and you know, they might kind of get your number and go ahead and win the game. Ra, as Bloodwrath had just mentioned in chat, haven't seen picked up. I don't believe he was banned either. Ra's kind of one of those gods who flew under the radar for like ever. It's like he got nerfed a little bit last week, I believe. His passive speed boost was reduced slightly, as well as the speed at which his divine... Oh, I should know these abilities. I'm gonna cheat, guys. It is Divine Light. His 2 applies slow stacks onto opposing enemies, so kind of reduced his effectiveness just a little bit. Not really any straight damage nerfs or anything like that. But he's one of those gods who's just kind of always been there right under the radar. Not necessarily ban-worthy unless it's like 1 or 2 couple gods like Boosh going back towards like the SBL and stuff was going crazy on Ra for a while. There was like 1 or 2 guys just like, yeah, we ban him against him. But everyone else is like, yeah, they pick him, whatever. We'll pick up Weaken and Curse and just deal with it. Vulcan, we saw him banned a lot this weekend. Actually, Urtrol, you can't stand in those turrets from Vulcan and fight. You're gonna lose out overall. We see his health quite low. He does have that Rain Dance to bring him back up to full, but he's gotta be careful about that. And just the sheer harassment, like right there, we saw a meatball to the face. Yeah, Thor might be a big man. He might be hungry a little bit, but you know, meatball to the face isn't necessarily the best thing in the world. I said, looking at some of these other matchups, Neath versus Rom isn't one we really see at all. Neath isn't commonly picked up, period, for that matter. A little bit unusual, and she's a little bit more utility-based. She has the World Weaver, a little bit of a global presence off the 80 carry. Not quite as much of a global presence as Apollo. Across the Skies is great to let you split push and get out safely, or join up a team fight yourself. World Weaver is nice to assist in a team fight or help with a gank or start a gank. But it's telegraphed, you see the icon appear over you, as well as potentially getting intercepted. It's like, oh yeah, you know, I want to stun out the 80 carry or a mage or a squishy jungler, and it just so happened to get intercepted by the support, who is tanky as hell. Stalker doing some good damage onto Urtrol over in the soul lane, but Kali rotating over, going to look to take this turret out. It's on cooldown for another 7-8 seconds, but Urtrol will be forced back to base early. Will he? Yes, he will pick up a talisman, a little bit extra defense against Vulcan. I believe it's only 20 magical defense right now, though. So it's not going to be a huge difference. Every little bit will help, of course, but he's got to be careful. Again, that turret and poke coming out of Vulcan is huge. Fortunately for Chalk, though, the mana buffs have dropped off the table for the time being. Vulcan's just not going to have as much mana to harass going forward for the next little bit until his mana buffs come back up and have respawned. Nan, a little bit out of the ordinary, has been sitting in that mid lane for a little bit, sharing experience with Ra. Ra's up over Aimless right now, but he's got to watch out. You don't want to steal too much experience from the laners, make them fall behind overall. We will see We Love Bacon looking to secure these left side cams, right side cams, looking like they're going to go the way of Eternal Rally, so 1 for 1 on these first set of Harpies. Taking a look at the left lane. Some little arrows being shot back and forth. Oh, 1 hit. No, nothing. Alright, second hit. This early on, the wave clear is going to come about. A little bit of lifesteal and extra health coming off the likes of Death's Toll. World Weaver coming out to the mid lane. They could look for kill into Aimless. World Weaver will connect. Yuri going to be picking up that first blood. You don't necessarily want that. We saw Yuri 2 games ago. Getting quite scary. Playing super aggressively on tier. He has that blinker online already. He started with it. You typically don't see that. Bit of a different start. The Bumba's Mask, Hand of the Gods, Blink 1 starting combination. Worked out for him a couple games ago. We didn't really see it used much for ganks this game so far, but if he can do what he was doing, going again back 2 games, this could be quite scary going forward. Shock right now on the solo lane has the upper hand as far as wave clear goes. Shock just getting behind that turret, using his just auto attacks, building up his passive, giving him some free abilities. Every 5 abilities he gets to use, every 5 auto attacks, he charges up his little meter and gets a free ability. No mana cost on them, so it helps him stay in lane a little bit more. And why not get a couple extra hits off the turret if you can? If you can sneak behind it without taking any shots, you get a free, you know, maybe Thunderstrike for the next wave, a Rain Dance beforehand. Works out pretty nicely overall. Right now, though, it looks like both hunters looking to go with Devourer's Gauntlet. Neith does have enough Golden Hand to finish it off if she gets back to base. Of course, she's back at base right now, but is actually not going that route. She's just picked up a Morningstar. Will she sell it off? Was it a misclick? That will be the question. No, she has gone up to a charged Morningstar, not looking to finish those Devourer's Gauntlets. Just double check, 25 physical power. The Devourer's Gauntlets has 30. She's going to be behind in laning for quite a bit right now. Just right now, looking at the physical damage done, it's 107 to the 91 of Neith. World Weaver coming down to his right, looking to help get Vulcan killed off, or saved rather, I should say. Stalker, though, 1 more Thunderstrike commercial. I'm going to pick that one up. Now, Yuri possibly getting caught out here. Stun coming down from Rod. Yuri is looking to get away on this one. Lawbringer's offline Blink. Going to be stuck on cooldown because of the damage coming out right now. The Wiggle, not going to be enough to get him off cooldown. Orchel going to pick that one up as well. Second kill for him so far this game. Yeah, Neith looking for the Transcendence, but it's going to be a while before that's completed. Now, she has to go back to base to do it. All the while, Rom is going to be building up those stacks, getting more powerful. We just saw him at 107, I guess. He's up to 114 now. When you're in a position you're trading back and forth, I don't know. The Rom-Neith lineup matchup isn't one we see a ton of. Ooh, sneaky player now, Turnarelli looking to do the Gold Fury, down to around half health. Geb might be where Astral Barrage coming down, not going to be in time. Eternal Rally going to pick that one up cleanly. Geb blinked over the wall, looking to secure that one. A little off center, and it did just get picked up. Can't really steal away a dead Gold Fury, unfortunately, for Pabier. Nevertheless, I don't know. I like the Transcendence pickup on any hunter. It's great. It's a high damage, it's a high physical power item. It works great. There's really no hunter where you can't say, oh, you know, I don't want more mana or mana regen or more damage. So overall, it works pretty darn well. The problem's going to be the fact that she's not building stacks. She has a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of damage, a little bit of extra mana. But, I don't know. I mean, I really just don't know about this pickup right now and then. She's currently about 30 damage behind Rom right now, and it's only going to get worse. He still has another 35, math is hard, stacks to go. 34 stacks. So, I don't know. If she can get it online and stay alive till then, it'll work out quite well, I think. But until then, it's going to be a little bit interesting. Not actually stealing away the damage buff. Good little pickup there by her. She's going to get spotted on her way. World Weaver just went down in the left lane, did pick up the kill on Keck on the back of the 3-man rotation. I apologize, I got distracted looking at ward placements on the right side of the jungle. Occasionally it will happen. It is unfortunately a one-man show. All said and done, I think we're still doing a little better than this weekend. No one is rioting in chat about the cameraman being terrible, so I guess I got that going for me. Yay! So, taking a look at these other items, Chalk has been forced to go all the way up into the Stone of Gaia. It's a nice pickup overall. It's a good amount of defense, good amount of, okay amount of health. But the regen it gives you, the health, as well as a little bit of extra mana, is quite nice overall. Vulcan right now, I'm going to go ahead and say, really can't kill Chalk anymore 1v1 unless he really, really overstays his welcome. Vulcan has to be a little bit careful about how he plays. Like right now, he's kind of caught out his turrets off cooldown. He can look for it, but Chalk just has to step behind it, beat it up. get another free ability and look to clear that out. Like right now it's down, Non rotating around. It could look for a gank here possibly, but Non's just going to rotate back to jungle. Does run into Agni, Path of Flames comes out as well. The stun combo, not going to miss. Nimble Strike used over that rock to get away. See a little bit of rotation coming in. Lawbringer now coming out from Yurei, looking for aggression onto... Nobody is going to use that defensively to try and run away. Or, I'm not entirely sure what he was looking for. Earthshaker coming down, gonna actually only catch Javier in the back. Non gets the kill onto Yurei in the middle of the blue buff pit. Now Schultz needs to be careful. Path of Flames should be off cooldown here, and as it is off cooldown, has the option of escaping. Schultz, Stalker rather, looking for a kill onto Geb. Almost finds it, but actually a little bit short on the damage. Stone Shield just kind of after the fact. So overall, I don't know. What's Rom going to look for his next set of items? Neith has... more aggression coming out in that right side jungle. We do have Wrath of Terror coming down here now as well. Suzuki has to be careful. Is a 4v, like, 1 and a half. There's 3 there. Okay, it would have been a 3v3. I don't know how I got 4. Numbers are hard. Anyway, Non looking for some lash damage onto Schultz. We'll find the bleed. Not going to be a whole lot at the end of the day. Suzuki's there as well. Probably going to have some wisps coming out. Heal him up a little bit. Keep him healthy. Maybe look for some steel stuff. Going to turn that corner and realize his damage buff is, in fact, gone. One of those little annoying things when it happens. He's like, buff, and it's not there. Well, shoot. Not going to be able to pick that one up, obviously, because it's not there anymore. It's got stolen away and left to rot on the ground. So I believe that was not a World Weaver coming out. That was just a Broken Weave combo coming off the Spirit Arrow from Neith. I know some of these passives and stuff, guys. It's just a matter of actually digging it out of the depths of my brain and remembering them. So just taking a look at this Rom and Neith numbers again, once again. Rom sitting at 147 damage, Neith at 146. She has evened things out for now. Rom is only going to have a couple more stacks on Devourer's Gauntlets, which point he's going to plateau out off the stacks of that particular item. After that, Neith still has a lot of stacks to go. She does have Unravel as well for some healing in lane, so overall, I kind of forgot about that ability, but she does have some extra sustain that the mana from Transcendence will actually allow her to use. It's just kind of that awkward period. She got that charged Morningstar, and was behind for a good bit. She survived that point, though. So going forward, she's actually going to be in a bit of a better position. As soon as those stacks, they're even now for the most part, and the more stacks she gets, she's going to be further ahead. So she just got like a little tiny bit in the middle where she was behind. She got past it, didn't get killed off in the process. Got her set up, she'll be good going forward. So overall, I'd like to pick out a little bit of a risky play perhaps, but it paid off. Other items coming out, nothing really terribly out of the ordinary as far as I can tell. Schultzen does have an Ancient Trinket. Enchanted Trinket. The Ancient Trinket. Tiny Trinket. There's no Ancient Trinket. Words, Ancient Trinket. Don't know where I was pulling that one from. Nah, looking for some aggression on Yurei in the right lane. Not going to find a whole lot of anything over there right now. Just a little bit of poke back and forth. Brought the Yurei a little low. Agni, more likely than not, is going to be looking for a Divine Ruin just to deal with a little bit of the healing coming out of Ra and Shock, as well as I believe, is it 15%? I can cheat and look. I'm going to cheat and look, guys. It just happens a lot. It is a heal to 15%, also will affect the healing coming off of Destruction afterwards as well, potentially. The life stealing off of Braum, so overall it'll help people quite a bit. Suzuki has picked up Weakening Curse, which is good. I've seen way too many times where a team thinks, yeah, no, we don't need Weakening Curse to deal with Ra. We can just kind of work around it, and we'll be okay. You have 10 actives built up, and it's like, huh, you know what, guys? After all, we cannot, in fact, handle the healing coming out of Ra. And we can no longer pick up that Weakening Curse. So having it online is great. The slow coming out of it never hurts either, if it's not necessarily Ra you end up using it against. Other than that, we're currently 12 minutes into the game. A little bit of a slower one once again. Gold, though, about 1,800 in the favor of Eternal. Rally experience is about even, as a couple members of both teams head back to base. Gold Fury is online. We have seen one of those go to Eternal Rally. They kind of snuck that one in, picked it up. Item-wise, it looks like Yurei going a bit of a more defensive build this time around. I believe last 2 games ago he went for the Jotun's Wrath as a second item. This time around going for the Hide of the Urchin. So a little bit less offensive. Wheel of Bacon has not been letting him run around causing as much havoc as Phalanx team did a couple games ago. And I'm going to take, as this is a possible team fight, but we're going to take a look at the situation of the wards in a moment here. Root connects as well as the grab onto Ortrol. Rainfire coming down as well as the Lawbringer going out in the back to Aimless. Going to look for that Fearless here in just a moment. We'll find it onto him. Stone Shield from Geb going to block the second half of it. Earthshaker going to find Non for a decent amount of damage. Astral Barrage from Rom coming down now, though. Fight going down. World Weaver will hit Non inside. Not enough damage to find that kill. And it looks like Orchel going to re-aggress here with the Storm Call, throw the Thunder Strike towards the back. Suzuki has to be careful, he's getting low. Yuri going aggressive once again in the front line. Stalker finally shut up to join the fight. Magma Bomb backfire combo onto Pybier. Gonna be picking that one up. 1-0 so far for We Love Bacon. The fight's still not going on. I thought Neith was fighting something, but no, it was just killing some minions. So overall, We Love Bacon coming out of that fight. 1 kill, actually down, excuse me. Eternal Rally evening up the score. Eternal Rally came out of that fight ahead. Back to that, Eternal Rally going to be looking for their second gold tree of the game. It's down to 40%, 30%, approaching that threshold. No one nearby to try and steal that one away. Searing Pain across the wall from Aimless will find some damage. Not enough for a kill right now. They could look to regress here potentially. They would be down a member as Geb has not yet returned to the fight. It looks like they're going to play it safe. Just go ahead and disengage. Non on the hunt, possibly towards that left lane. Not going to find anything. That Predator skin. Unfortunately, she can... That's not Kali, but whatever. Predator skin, unfortunately, not able to stealth herself up and sneak around. Unfortunately, not an aspect of the skin, even though the advertisement screen shows her disappearing, even though she can't actually do it. Hi-rez, why do you lie to us like that? Well, it would be kind of silly if you buy a skin and just randomly become invisible. A little overpowered. I think more than cross that threshold and pay to win territories. Yeah, if you don't buy this skin, then, well... Yeah, you can't turn invisible as Kali. Totally stupid, totally overpowered. Orchel in the middle, a lot of minions will use Thunderstrike, Storm Call, or Torrent combo to clear them out. Took a lot of poke coming from Stalker right now. I touched on it earlier, Vulcan doing lots of damage. Doing lots of damage right now. Flipping over to that damage chart before we go look at wards. As they duke it out. Look at that! Vulcan is ahead on damage, almost twice as much as the next highest god in the game. This is what I was talking about a couple games ago, guys. Vulcan does an insane amount of poke, insane amount of stuff. This would be a very dead Chalk if not for Rain Dance being able to be used quite often by Chalk. And that Son of Gaia helping out a ton as well. Come on, will he get there? Almost. Come on, hit that 12,000 threshold. You can do it, Vulcan. Nevertheless, taking a look at the wards. Looks like a little bit of an edge going the way of Eternal Rally right now. So we take a look at the ward placement right now for Eternal Rally as well as for We Love Bacon. Overall, Eternal Rally has a little bit more vision right now as I attempt to bring the minions and wards up on screen. There we go. Sometimes have to press that button a few times to cycle through and actually find the correct one. So a little surprisingly, the solo... Well, I don't know if it's surprising, but the solo lane towers have yet to fall, so the solo laners have stuck around solo laned island pretty much the entire night so far. It's not terribly surprising. All said and done, we saw this time and time again today. It definitely looks like Brazil prefers a much more passive style of play. I wish I had the numbers in front of me right now to just kind of say kills per minute in these games compared to, say, like EU or North America. I'm trying to remember if it was Saturday or if it was an EGL tournament last week. We saw one team like 50 kills at the end of the game. It might have been Brazil earlier on Saturday. I honestly just don't remember. There was one game recently, might not have been Brazil, but I saw lots of kills over. It was like almost a 100 kill game overall. Crazy stuff. But again, if it wasn't from Brazil, it was kind of irrelevant. Story time. Yeah, why not? Have some aggression coming out the right lane. It is a 2v4. Eternal Rally doing a good job at forcing We Love Bacon back. It's one of those curious things. It's like, yeah, we're 4 guys, but they're acting kind of aggressively. Are they right? Are reinforcements right behind them? Are they just, mind games sometimes? Right there, we saw 2 members force back 4. Maybe they just want to go back and buy. I heard a World Weaver somewhere, possibly Keck over in that right lane. He is low. Yes, that could be it. So Suzuki looking for the kill, taking a lot of damage from Rom. Stone Shield from Gag. Spirit Arrow knocked me up. Keck gonna find that kill on Suzuki. Stuck around a little bit too long on the tower. Left side jungle now looks like aggression coming out as well. Non is low, forced into that destruction. Gonna use Nimble Strike to get away over the wall. Lawbringer, though, looking for the kill. Aegis is used. Yuri taking some damage for a couple more hits. Gonna find that kill. Get back out safe from the tower. Ra does not... Or he does have Searing Pain if he wants to go for it, but I don't think Yuri was low enough at that point. Regardless... Orchel rotating over right now. Vulcan not far behind. They could look to continue this fight as we switch back to the team fight. Yay! Searing Pain coming out to Yuri. Like I said, not enough for the health he was at. Tabiar finding a nice two-man cataclysm. I believe it was beads out by Schultzen. Vulcan rotated around, wasn't able to find the damage they need. Both teams will just disengage. Go back to lick their wounds in base, possibly take up some damage buffs in the jungle. And just all little things like that. Yeah, one of the games recently was a tournament. It was either Brazil or one of the EGL games the past couple days, where it was like a 50-minute game, and when like one of the teams finished above 50 kills, it was just a crazy, epic, long back-and-forth game. Exciting stuff. It was great. We were hyped. It's a lot easier with a co-caster. You don't have to talk non-stop. I'm gonna say nevertheless right now for the 50th time so far tonight. Don't make that into a drinking game, guys. You will die horribly from alcohol poisoning if you attempt that. There's a couple things I tend to say a lot, and I apologize for that, but nevertheless, and I just did it again. I don't know. I'd say it was intentional trying to make fun of myself, but my brain doesn't process that far ahead. I'm like, my brain is like 3 words behind what my mouth is actually saying sometimes, so it gets weird and crazy and all that weird stuff. I'm tempted to say that word again. I almost said like say the N-word again, but it's like I hope I haven't said the N-word today. That would probably be pretty bad. The never the not more word. We'll go with that. Left side jungle looking some aggression. Perhaps does find a double incense stun onto Schultzen, and Suzuki will force them back. Nan was brought quite low in the back of that one. Spirit World Weaver though from a Kanjo, not the Spirit Arrow. Will find that kill from the left lane. It's one of those little things, like sometimes, you know, we obviously can't see what Ram was doing. You could look to block that out, but if he had done that, then he would have been in a spot of trouble. You don't want to stun yourself in a 1v1 situation, where I believe Neith will still be ahead right now. 218 to 276 damage hit right now on Neith. That Transcendence is putting her still quite a bit ahead. That said, fight breaking out mid lane, Cataclysm, or Wrath of Terror rather, coming out, as well as the Cataclysm. What about Cataclysm and Wrath of Terror? Everything. Fabir is low in the back. Earthshaker hidden aimless for quite a bit of damage. Heal is already on cooldown, used up. Yuri looking for some aggression onto Keck right now in the side jungle. Keck is out of mana right now. Let's look at the rest of Eternal Rally. Looking for some damage onto the tower. Gonna make the call for that Gold Fury instead. It is up. It is available. Will be Gold Fury number 3 going the way of Eternal Rally. We'll see if they get this for free, or if anyone looks to contest, it's Urtrol getting forced out. Fearless getting used by Tier to good effect. Keck is on his way. Ultimates are pretty much down for We Love Bacon right now. Searing Pain coming across. Keck finding a kill there as well. They will get the kill into the Gold Fury at the cost of their mid laner. Suzuki has to be careful. He's in the retreat, but Shock is in pursuit. Torrent combo coming down. I'm gonna put him in the range of Stalker. Stalker has made it out safe with their Kanjo now in the front line, taking up some damage. Suzuki in the front. Weakening Curse is out to delay that healing. Yuri has returned from base, fully healed up, looking for kill in the back into the Pybeer. He could perhaps find it, but he is going to be burst down with the crowd control, or combo down with the crowd control, locked down in place and picked off. Good attempt by him, just not able to find the kill before he got picked up himself. Overall, 2-0, going the way of We Love Bacon, but Eternal Rally did get the 3rd gold for the game. Looking at the graph, overall, gold victory, but an experience loss for them. Actually, taking a look at this Eternal Rally, sitting up 5,000 gold. They are looking to take the 3rd game here of these grand finals for the Spring Deities tournament, because they did come through the top bracket with no losses. We Love Bacon did start up 1 game in the grand finals. That's their victory for not losing one so far. But Eternal Rally not seeming too concerned with it. They're looking to apologize, having trouble with words tonight apparently. They're looking to take this 2nd game. And so far, they seem to be doing a pretty good job at it. We'll see if they're able to keep this up going forward. Now, we're about 21 minutes, 30 seconds into this game. Items are starting to come online for various gods. Neith and Ram both have a short sword online for their 3rd items. Taking a look at the damage, Neith's actually slightly behind Ram, all said and done. It's a little hard to tell if that's just based on the way they've been rotating around. These team fights have been kind of messy. It's one person. I don't have time to really analyze everything necessarily. Or if Ram has just perhaps been doing more harassing in lane. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. I can't like say, okay, filter out the damage onto Neith and Ram and see how much damage they did to other people. So while overall Neith is doing more damage, perhaps the Executioner making the difference. There's an okay amount of armor right now on the side of Eternal Rally. We have the Sovereignty finished up for Suzuki. Okay, there are some more armor items, good. And the Hide of the Urchin on Tier. It's like, oh yeah, all these damage items, or excuse me, physical protection items, only on Suzuki with the Sovereignty. Woohoo. Vulcan, though, still top damage, blending it out, still happening. Don't know why people let him get through picks and bans and actually get played in these games. The pro teams, at least, didn't pick him, or Didn't pick him. Banned him a bunch of times. They learn stuff. Do a lot of casting for the EGL and harp on that just about every damn day. We see Vulcan just go crazy, get tons of damage, tons of kills, and it's like, well, they have Vulcan. We're not terribly surprised they won the game. Nevertheless, teams rotating around 23 minutes into the game now. Curious what these teams are going to look to do. There are still towers up in the middle. It's pretty low. They could look the sieges down right now. Minions are present. Neath is rotated over. Not going to need the help of Neath, though. The rest of the team enough to deal with that. Aimless taking a lot of damage. Stalker going to find that kill. Another one going his way. 2-1 so far. Astral Barrage coming down from Keck in the side jungle. You're right there. Actually, just going to steal buffs away. Not looking to... Or not buffs. That Harpy's away. And a rally possibly looking to siege the mid tower. They could look to find an engagement here right now. Keck kind of holding around that side jungle, waiting for the right opportunity as Oratroll and Yuri kind of trade back and forth. They have to be careful in these bit of long engagements. Yes, Sylvanas and Ra both have a lot of healing. They have to be careful, though, as the fight does finally go underway. Stormcall coming out of Oratroll, gonna find three, I believe. I didn't notice if those supercharges, that like the initiation kind of comes out. Blink, Fearless going to miss from Tyr. Or Tyre, as it's actually written on the Chinese servers. I might touch on that a little bit. Schultzen caught down in the middle of this fight, low on health. Nan gonna pick that one up. I don't know if she's had a mark kill yet this game. We'll see going forward if she manages to find one. That is a game changer. Stalker finding a double right there in the middle of that fight. Look from a World Weaver, gonna get a kill for Yuri. As right now it is a 1-for-3 going the way of Eternal Rally. They're turning their attention with the minion presence onto this mid tower. They will find that thing. Looking to do something perhaps here. Looks like it's going to be a Fire Giant call right now. Definitely agree with this one. As people spam jokes and taunts and laughs and all this stuff, and I can't hear myself think for the moment. But Wrath of the God is off the table right now. They do have two. Oratroll and Pavir both have one, but they are both currently dead. Fire Giant going to be picked up, not quite for free. They earned it on back of that team fight. But Eternal Rally, 24 minutes, 45 seconds in, going to be picking themselves up a Fire Giant buff. If the way these games so far from Brazil that I've seen, the trend of these games continues, the Fire Giant buff, they're going to look for those left lane towers. Look for possibly for the Phoenixes in the left and mid lane. Possibly rotate over to get that right lane tower. They might just do that instead of the Phoenix, then look to siege the right lane. But they're going to look to take a bunch of objectives, pick up Gold Fury along the way as well. Wait, let Fire Giant drop off, kind of pull back, regroup, wait for Fire Giant, take Fire Giant again, and then go to close the game out. That's what I've been seeing a lot of so far these past couple days, watching these Brazil games out of Brazil. Be curious if Eternal Rally looks to do that once again. I do not expect any sort of defense coming out for this outer tower. It's just not worth defending at this point. Geb is rolling in, but I don't know how wise of a decision this is. Knockback does connect onto Neath. That's said and done. The Sun Shield will block the Spirit out. He will live, but had he gotten caught or locked down, he could have potentially just gotten picked off in that one, so a little risky play. Not sure if it really paid off in the end. Oratroll is over in the right lane, split pushing, but as a second tower is about to fall, he's going to need to get the back to base here soon. As it looks like a little just anti-warding going on. I like that. Sentry Ward's getting placed down offensively. Chalk is recalling, but with the entire line of Eternal Rally now bearing down this Phoenix, it's already down to half health. The initiation does come in, sort of, on the back of that grab. Arcandra picking up a kill on the Keck. That's a lot of damage now off the table for We Love Bacon. Yuri doing a good job zoning out in the back line, as now Neath is tanking up the Phoenix. Not necessarily the one you want doing it, but with that regen, the tower, or the Phoenix falling quickly. They're going to be looking to... Yuri's still in the back line here. He's like 1v4, 1v5ing in the middle of this fight. It's crazy stuff back there. He's just crazy aggressive, crazy forward-playing player. We'll go with that. He's always, like, very deep behind enemy lines, in the middle of all of them. It's like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm just going to occasionally, like, cleave you with my giant sword, and you're just going to deal with it because I'm here, and if you try to actually kill me, I'm just going to use my Lawbringer ultimate and get away. Said all the towers are now down. We Love Bacon has one more Phoenix to defend. Oratroll going in aggressive. Did not find the knockup off the supercharged Stormcall, it looked like. That said, he's going to look for some aggression here. Cataclysm, I believe, just came out from Geb. Snoopy is low. They could look to this Nan. Not going to get done. Earthshaker going deep. Will not find Nan. Destruction was used just in time to keep him up. So right now, 5v5 defense by We Love Bacon at this final. Phoenix is holding for the time being. The question is, will it be enough going forward? This Fire Minion's bearing down on that left lane. Phoenix as well. Grab connects on the Cactus, could be bad. Bees was used. Rolling Assault used to get away his way. Suzuki popping the Weakening Curse right now. Fury in the back line, able to get away. Looks like We Love Bacon might look to engage here. They have to be careful. There's a double wave of Fire Minions right now in that left lane. We have time to flip over there real quick. Well, it's a wave of Fire Minions, but they're pushing now onto the Titan. The Titan's going to take a bit of damage, as they will head over to defend those. We do see Keck picking those up. It's actually not going to end up in much of anything, as the Titan will reset and get a little healing out of that one. But that's what they have to watch out for. If they are not careful with that timing, someone may have to pull off of a defense, go forward, and look to defend the Titan, leaving the rest of the team in a 4v5 defense, which is what you do not want to happen. Looks like Stalker and Arcandra, in the meantime, going to be picking up that Gold Fury. With Fire Giant coming up in a minute and a half, that buff's only up for a little bit. We'll likely see them just kind of relax, go clean up some buffs, buy some items. We see Neith still sitting on about 2,500 gold. That's going to be a nice, shiny, completed Deathbringer at the very least. Is it enough? Yes, it is enough. And possibly another tier 1 item off the back, or possibly a Potion of Magical Might. Perhaps not. Perhaps just selling the Death's Toll a little preemptively there. Well, she popped a Potion of Magical Might. Does she have an aura? No, she does not currently. A little bit of math issues there, perhaps, but math is hard, as I know all too well. So more likely than not, we're going to be seeing a lot of wards getting placed down right now. Looking at the, not minion kills, not the KDA, there's the wards placed. A lot of wards coming out of Eternal Rally. We Love Bacon not really far behind overall. But Eternal Rally, more likely than not, going to be looking to do the Fire Giant dance here. Fire Giant's up in 30 seconds as a pause does come out. Go ahead and not go look at Non. We can look at Non as well, but we're going to speed the game up ever so slightly, so we don't have to sit through a pause potentially. Not entirely sure what the pause this time around is. I don't see a disconnect icon on anyone at the moment. There we go. Stalker did disconnect out of the game. Fortunately, kind of in the midst of a lull. Not a whole lot going on. It's kind of like a little bit of a... This is like the perfect time. You don't want this to happen in like the middle of a defense attempt or a fight. And it's like, oh, we can't pause because the game hour won't let us anymore. They at least don't have to worry about combat pauses, which is nice for the players. All said and done, though, guys, looking at some of these builds coming out now. Tyr, once again, picking up that Runeforged Hammer. Going for a Midgardian Mail as well. I apologize if I just smacked the microphone quite loudly. Or I just bumped into it. You might have heard like a little tiny bump and not have been a big deal. But if I blew anyone's ears out, I apologize. Midgardian Mail is an interesting one, to say the least. It's a percentage chance to apply an attack speed and movement speed slow to anyone who hits you with an auto attack. Kali is auto attack based. Ram is auto-attack based. Chak is reasonably auto-attack based. Geb and Ra are also going to look to use a lot of auto-attacks once they've used some of their abilities. So, you try to engage on the team. Tyr has been like in the middle of everything forever. You try and hit him. It's like, oh, and I hit him and the proc went off and now I attack slowly, I move slowly. This is not what we want to happen. So it's kind of like a super, it's like not a super Witchblade necessarily, but a more personal defensive, selfish version of Witchblade. It gives you a bunch of health, it gives you a bunch of physical protection, as well as the chance of slowing enemies when they hit you. Other than that, Divine Ruin was built up a while ago on Agni. Actives being completed. Stalker actually picking up a Heavenly Agility, looking to give his entire team a bit of extra mobility. Schultzen has the Combat Blank just to make sure he can reposition himself as he pleases, possibly dodge away from the likes of Non if he has to, or any other people who might be trying to kill him. It also allows him to potentially get in close range, not have to rely on the Rainfire stun combo from range. You can look and get close with do some harass from range, getting close, use Flame Wave offensively. A little bit more risky that way around, but nevertheless, it's always an option on the table if the opportunity presents itself. Gotta be careful with it, though. On the side of We Love Bacon, as we're going to kick this up to ×4 speed, I'm not sure how long these pauses are actually allowed to last down in Brazil. I believe it is only 3 minutes per pause, so we should be ending here very shortly. But nevertheless, Voidstone built up on Ra, looking to reduce some of the magical protections, of which there's actually not a lot of. So, that said, just normal god scaling. Hey, we're back in game. Back, not half speed, not a quarter speed, 1x speed. Thank you, game. All said and done, just regular scaling, everyone ends up with like 50 or so magical protection. Voidstone reduces it by, I believe, 40. I'm going to cheat once again. 55, even better. So essentially, you reduce the regular, normal level scaling magical protections on everybody. And depending on the god, some have less. Like looking at Vulcan right now, he has 30. So, against Vulcan, Ra will be doing true damage, essentially. Fire Giant will be respawning here in just a few seconds. Everyone is in position for the most part to go ahead and start this up. Arcanjo and Schultz are looking to do some damage. Neith has to be careful, she's tanking this up. Lifesteal's not going to be terribly effective due to the healing reduction from the boulders on the gold Fire Giant. That said, Fire Giant will be taken down without the use of the Wrath of the Gods. A little bit risky perhaps, but I believe they had enough vision to do that, oh, I don't want to say safely, but to where they didn't have to worry about it too much. Non does force of destruction. World Weaver going to connect onto Aimless. You're already doing a good job of that 1v2, fronting a lot of damage. Blitz, Blink used offensive there by Schultz and looking to find a stun, but wasn't able to find that or the kill. Right Phoenix has not been taken down yet. They could look for this right now as the left Phoenix has respawned, but they just delay here in the right lane long enough. They don't have to. The Phoenix is down. They could look just to rotate over and pick these back up. They are weakened. They are low on health. There are fire minions swarming down those lanes as well. As Eternal Rally could potentially look to close this game out right now. Orchel going to use that Storm Coil, only going to narrowly catch Schultz, and not quite a great use of an Astral Barrage going up from Rom right now, looking for some damage in the back. Schultz and going to live through those, as now the Titan is being aggressed by Eternal Rally. They're looking to end this one out. Titan's down to about half as the fight is going kind of crazy everywhere. Eternal Rally will be pushed back off. Arcanjo and Yuri, though, picking up a kill apiece, as now Non using Nimble Strike aggressively, looking to kill Arcanjo. Probably her mark. Not able to find the kill, though. Titan down to below 25%, 10%, and will fall. Eternal Rally going to be picking up game number 3, putting them up 2-1 over We Love Bacon. They could potentially close this series out, go home in first place for the Smite Supreme Deities tournament if they can take the next game coming up here in a bit. Or can We Love Bacon turn this back around, take us to an ace match, and look to close it out there themselves? That will be the question going forward. During the pause, we did just touch on the items a little bit, though. Kali does have an Aegis. I'll say that's a little bit unusual. Usually more you might see a sprint perhaps coming out, but she has the Hasten Fatalis to kind of compensate for the fact that she needs to stay in melee range with somebody. So kind of a trade-off right there. She went with the Hasten Fatalis to the sprint, and allowed herself to have the Aegis to deal with the likes of like an Earth Shaker perhaps, or like a bunch of rain fires coming down from Schultz and Zagne. Taking a look over at the scoreboard here, it looks like Vulcan, where are you? 37,000 damage. What is the next highest? 20,000. Not quite double, but damn near close. Guys, that's why you banned Vulcan out. That is a ton of damage. Aimless did not even come close to healing at different stats. Still about, even counting the heal coming out of Ra, still about a 15,000, or maybe a 12, 13,000 damage lead for Vulcan right there. All said and done, guys. Great game being played by Eternal Rally. We Love Bacon tried to defend it, but as we touched on, as soon as that turning point came with the Fire Giant, they just said, you know what, we got the Fire Giant, we're going to take some objectives, wait out the next Fire Giant, and then look to close it out. It's what we've seen a bunch of times, and it looks like this is kind of the Brazilian method of playing. You do almost nothing for 25, 30 minutes, get Fire Giant, and then close out the game. Unless you get an early game lead, like we saw last time. Eternal Rally just didn't even bother with the Fire Giant and closed out the game. So that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut to another quick break. We'll be back here shortly with game number 4 from the Grand Finals. Stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back here soon in just a short bit.